You guys went to Philippines and Japan for your honeymoon, or that was a different trip?
Yeah. So that was probably my favorite vacation ever, Japan, despite the fact that I was dying. So,
Yeah, you got some crazy like disease in the
yeah.
Philippines first. You went to the
Yeah.
Philippines first. You got
Yeah.
some horrible disease. You were bedridden. You could have possibly died
Yeah.
unless somebody brought you like some sort of medication or something.
Yeah. So here's the story. We're in the Philippines having a great time visiting my wife's family. She's Chinese Filipino. And then basically the whole time I was like, I think it was like 3 days before we were about to go to Japan. We're doing a trip to Cebu. So it's like a separate island, and it's really nice. And I had a really great time. We were like swimming with whale sharks and stuff. And on the drive back to there was a resort we were staying at, and we were with her cousin, and it was actually her cousin got married that week that we were there.
Oh,
So
cool.
we were like with them on. It wasn't their official honeymoon, but like we were on a vacation with them at this resort. And the drive back to the resort, the drive to go do the whale sharks was like 6 hours, 6 hour drive. So we had a
Oh my
driver just drive
God.
straight for 6 hours. It was crazy. And I remember the drive back, my nose would not stop running. Like it literally was like a faucet,
Mhm.
and I didn't have any tissues or anything. It was terrible. And then the next day, I wake up at like 6 a.m. We have a whole day scheduled, right? So it's a whole day scheduled from 6 a.m. till whatever, late. And then I wake up at like 6 a.m. with this like a high fever. And I'm like,
Wow.
I can't go out today. I feel like I'm dying right now. And then T's like, all right, I'll go out. You stay home and rest. And she didn't know how severe it would be. So she's out all day. I'm literally just lying in bed with a really high fever. And and like no one is home, so I don't have any phone service. I can't call anyone. The Wi-Fi is really bad. And then finally they get home at like 4 or 5 p.m. Someone comes home and checks on me, and they're like, "Holy shit, this
This dude
kid's
is dying.
is
It's
dying." So
on the brink of
so
death.
they so they start like there's a bunch. They have a couple of people that help out at the house there. Um, and they had like it looked like something out of a movie, dude. It's so funny. They were like having like wet towels and ice and stuff like put
Oh
over me. I had
man.
wet towels. I had someone like trying to calm me. I was in delirium, but I like had no idea what was going on. I
Yeah.
think I had like 100, 103, 140 degree fever, something like that.
Wow.
And and they were just like trying to keep me cool. And the T finally gets home at like 10 p.m. And like at that point she knows, but she's like on her way home. And then she gets home at 10 p.m. She comes in, and there's like it looks like something out of a movie where it's just like a whole bunch of people just like waiting on me trying to get the fever down. And they have like towels and stuff, and they're like pouring water.
Yeah.
And someone's like pouring Vicks Vapor Rub on my face to I don't know, but it made me feel better. And then we were supposed to leave. We are supposed to go on a flight to Japan, like literally 2 days later,
Oh
right?
my God.
So I'm
You would
dying
think that
that
you would
day.
cancel it. Yeah.
No, we were like, I need to get better because I was looking forward to this trip for like so
Yeah. This
long,
was like the trip of a lifetime for you.
for sure,
Yeah.
dude. And then I'm like, fever breaks finally the next day. It's not as bad. I just keep coming and go. I'm literally just staying in bed the whole day. They're like giving me tons of fluids, vitamins, over the counter pills to keep the fever down.
Mhm.
And then finally, uh, that's day two was like full recovery the whole day. Couldn't like barely got out of bed. And then day three, finally the fever breaks, right? And I'm fucking profusely sweating at this point. So we're heading to the airport, right? My fever's broken. I feel a lot better, but I'm still like very, very exhausted. Um, and then they have to give me towels. So I'm like, I put 3 towels on my back, essentially, like down my back, because I'm sweating so much. So I have to wear this shirt over it.
Mhm.
We go to the airport. I'm taking like tons of like Tylenol or whatever they had over there. I forgot what they had. And then because we found out like if you have a fever at all, like Japan doesn't let you in. Like they quarantine you basically. So we would have
Wow.
been fucked. So I'm like taking tons of Tylenol, trying my best to like, just fight through it.
Yeah.
So we get there. I'm okay. My back is completely soaked through. It looked like someone just poured a bucket of water over me,
God.
even through the towels. It was crazy. So we finally get there, and I'm like dead. Like the flight over, I'm like literally dead, and I can barely like. The first day we went out, we were like eating ramen. It was like the best. We were in Narita, I think. So we had ramen there. It was like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this hot springs, and that was like really nice. That helped a lot.
It did help. Like you
yeah.
felt like you were like some of the pain and fever got reduced.
Yeah, definitely. But I was like still sort of getting like the fever symptoms, like the aches and the pains and stuff. And I was like super fatigued for like a week almost. It wasn't until we were there for like maybe 7 or 8 days. I think it wasn't until the last day that I actually felt like normal again. And the whole time leading up to that, I walked more that week while being sick than I like have ever. Like, cause we had a Fitbit tracker. And so we were doing like 30,000 steps a day. It was crazy. And I remember I had to sleep in. I couldn't wake up in the morning to go to the markets, fortunately. But they brought back some really good food and like sushi and stuff. And
nice.
These like giant strawberries. They were like this fat.
What?
And they were super sweet and delicious, dude. It was amazing.
I want some of that.
And then to put it in perspective, we were taking the train a lot because they have like a really nice subway system.
Mm-hmm.
And just going up the stairs to the train, I would be out of breath and sweating and like exhausted. And this is like in the middle of winter, right?
This is like one step up, right?
So we come from the Philippines where it's summer, right? And then we go to Japan and it's fucking colder than New York. It's freezing. And
it was like snowing there and stuff?
Yeah, it did snow at one point. So we were I was wearing like a hat, gloves, scarf, everything.
You had your whole
like
parka thing on, right?
Yeah, I had a giant winter coat on, and I was still dying. And then I just remember going up that set of stairs the first and second day, and I was like, oh God, this is not good.
It's harder than all the Tough Mudders and Spartan races we've done put together.
Dude, it felt like just going up the stairs. It literally felt like I went through a whole 5K. That's exhausted I was. And then, but we made the best of it. We went everywhere. We went to like Tokyo Tower. We saw One Piece Museum and stuff.
Nice.
That was amazing. We had so much fun. The food was amazing. It's probably the best food I've had in our travels. And then basically, we just tried to see as much as we can. And I was just constantly taking pills the whole trip just so I can like go out and do it. Cause I really wanted to check it out. And man, I loved it. So I can definitely live there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, we had a good time. So it worked out.
Yeah. It's definitely a bucket place. Damn. Bucket place. No, bucket list place. Oh my God.
A bucket list.
A bucket.
It's in the bucket of places.
We're getting there.
You have a bucket of places, and
bucket place for the list.
But you've never been to Japan?
No, I think I flew over once in Tokyo, like a layover.
Okay.
That was it.
To go to Hong Kong or what?
I've only ever been to places in China, like throughout Asia. I've never been in any other actual country.
Dude, you would fucking love Japan. It's literally just like a more advanced, clean New York City.
That's incredible.
Everyone's super polite and nice, and they really go hard with like the anime culture there. Like it's everywhere.
That's awesome. And, they just embrace it completely.
They embraced it so much, yeah. I mean, it makes them so much money because it's like
definitely
it's what they do
for the tourism and everything.
Yeah, they completely changed the culture essentially with that. So
like to a lesser degree, like I went to Dubrovnik in Croatia, and that's where they shot King's Landing for Game of Thrones, and they just embraced it completely. Like there's Game of Thrones paraphernalia like everywhere throughout the city, just to please the tourists.
Dude,
awesome.
I'm sure people love it. Yeah.